What's the deal, my people? How's everybody out there doing today and all that good stuff and everything? Are you enjoying the con? Is it good? A lot of good costumes out there we've seen so far and all that. Anyone been first time to the con? Any first timers right here? Oh, jeez. Christ. A bunch of first timers out there. Is it everything you expected being the first time? You expected anything more or less? So far, so good? All right.
I hope everybody doesn't mind. I'm about to take a picture, if that's cool. Yeah, so.
There you go.
Give us a wave.
There it is.
How about, actually, no, I'm going to video this. Look at it. Like, everybody say hello. Hello.
Say hello.
How are you all doing today? Are we all good? Fan-fucking-tastic. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. I am Scottish. No way.
No.
Mr. Tony here helped me get here amongst other people, and I'm really thrilled to be here. So it's good to see every single one of you sitting in these chairs, and I'm really humbled. So thank you very much. Give it one more wave. One more wave. Thank you very much, people.
There it is. There it is. You want to rock this? I think that's supposed to be 10, but oh well. What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. Welcome to Kind of Throws 2019, and this is a trial by theory panel. Now, you know, in Game of Thrones, there's a lot of things that go on in Game of Thrones, and we see a lot of good things out of the books and out of the shows, but the best thing to me about Game of Thrones in the books are all the theories that are created by the fans trying to predict things that happen. Now, we have seen a lot of them fall by the waistline, and some people may tell you that there are nothing but good theories, no bad theories, but some theories are kind of crappy, right? We got to admit that. And before we get into all these theories, let me introduce who's rocking with me right here. This is Lauren from Lauren's Corner from Scotland, and she has decided to come here and sit down with me because she has a theory that she wants to put on trial with y'all and let you know what y'all think about it. And that's what it's all about. If anybody else really has theories, it's really about y'all theories and stuff like that. And what do you think? And we will judge all these theories and stuff like that if you have that. So, Lauren, tell the people a little bit about yourself real quick.
Well, as you just heard, I'm from Scotland. I've flown all the way here for this panel, for the con, for everything, really. And never mind the celebrities. I'm here to meet all you people because you're absolutely fantastic. And I'm very humbled, as I said. My channel's about mostly poetry, it's about literature, it's about asking questions, which I interview other YouTubers so you can get to know them, the faces behind the channels and the hard work and everything that goes into what they do, especially what Tony does, Geek Chat One, and all those good people that you're here to see. I'm also an author. I have 3 books out. I'm working on a short story book as well. You can find them on Amazon. Just check out, just type in my name and you'll be able to find my poetry books there. Apart from that, I'm just here to have a good time.
That is what's up. Now, what is the worst theory y'all ever heard from Game of Thrones? Anyone have a bad theory? That's your worst one that you know it is terrible. Go ahead, sir. R plus L equals J.
Bubba with the win.
Jesus. You know, I don't know. I guess we have to say that's a good theory. That's a true theory. I think the worst one I ever heard myself was that Hodor is Lyanna Stark's horse. Did you ever hear that theory?
Wait. Okay. You need to fill
And
me
I'm
in
not
then.
talking about his member or anything like that, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is what I heard. This is a theory. It's a legitimate theory. Now, the theory, I think it goes like, when Bran walked into him, somehow that this man broke away and walked into Lyanna's horse. That's why him and Lyanna are so tight, and that is why she was so good on the horse because of that and stuff. Well, no, she's a horse like that's not right. It could be, you know. So that's to me most likely the worst theory, and I hate to say bad theories, right? Because if you have to take the time to come up with them, you know what I mean. But some things are a little bit crazy there. Huh? Varys is a mermaid. Anyone believe that Varys is a mermaid? Yeah, they did show his legs in the book, right? No, that was a crazy theory too. That Varys was supposed to be a merman, right? And that he wanted to drown. His plot was to drown all of Westeros by melting the wall so that he can make water people and just live in the water with everybody else. That was the theory for that.
I always loved the Sir Pounce as Azor Ahai.
Pounce is Azor Ahai. The cat?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think Alt-Shift X made like a video about all the other potentials that could be Azor Ahai, and Sir Pounce was one of them.
Really? Sir Pounce? I never heard of Sir Pounce being Azor Ahai. I never heard of him saving the world or anything like that. But hey, why not a cat? And why not? There's wolves, there's dire wolves, and everything else. Why not a cat be that? So, Lauren, you said you had a theory. We're going to run by the people right here. What is this theory?
Okay, so I've heard much talk about the wall and it being inspired by Hadrian's Wall. But what many people don't know, there's actually two walls in the UK. Hadrian's Wall was built first, but there's also Antonine's Wall that runs right through the centre of Scotland. It actually runs through my hometown. Right along the walls, there was always Roman strongholds. There's also ancient castles. You've got Edinburgh Castle, you've got Stirling Castle, you've got Linlithgow Palace, there's Airth Castle, there's Doune Castle. There's all the castles that you can think of. And I believe that it's Antonine's Wall, really, that is the inspiration from it, because it stretches from one side of Scotland to the other. And it's got more to it and more history, more strongholds, much like the actual wall in Westeros. That's basically my theory. I think many people have been misdirected by the whole Hadrian's Wall deal. But saying that, it could be both. I'm just putting that out there. I just want to make it safe.
I think that's a good theory. I think that's good. What do y'all think? You think that's plausible? Huh? No, not tinfoil. It's too much realism in that one, right? Yeah, it's got to be something a little bit more crazy. What about the theory that Jack and Hagar are serial Pharrell? Is that? Do you think that's true? Does anyone believe in Jack? You do believe that one? You believe that? Huh? That's your favorite one. All right. And what were you saying? Ned Stark is Jack and Hagar?
Yeah, I heard that one.
Did you hear that? I've never heard that at all. How did you pull that off?
So basically, I can't remember who made the theory up, but it's the idea that Jack and Hagar is Ned Stark and vice versa. There was a switch somewhere down in King's Landing, and he's been wearing the face of Jack and Hagar. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. And basically, Arya's been training with Ned all the time, or Ned's always been a faceless man in some capacity.
That Ned Stark's a faceless man. So, I'm just trying to see how this would work. I'm just trying to think of in my head how Ned Stark becomes a faceless man. What do you think? You think Ned Stark is very moral? Has a lot of morals.
Yeah, but But so are the faceless men. The faceless men have their own sort of creed and morality.
I know a lot of people. It's a little bit off the top, but I know a lot of people believe that Ned Stark is this big, loyal, guy of all these morals or stuff like that. But I think that truly isn't Ned. I mean, I think he has some, but he's the one who let Catelyn abuse Jon, right? The whole time when he was there, he let her call him bastard. He let him do all that. He could have shut that shit down, because when he came with Ashura Dame, right? When she brought up Ashura Dame, he don't bring her name up again, and that was it, right? She's like, I never seen him get so mad. So she did allow his nephew to be victimized by Sansa and by him. So look at the morals.
Just because one man keeps. Sorry, when you go.
Mm-hmm. It's bastards are treated this way because they're bastards, and so that is not immoral in their own society. Does that make sense?
Just because one man keeps one secret for the majority of his life does not make him a good man. There's lots of men and women that have secrets that they don't let anybody know till they like.
A lot of mistakes.
Yeah. And Tony has a great point. Like, you kept this secret about this child who you're related to, but you let your wife treat him like he's the fucking shit under her shoe, right? That is not on. You're the man of the house, and by Westeros standards, you should be able to tell her, no, this is not happening. So I don't think, like, Ned is the top of the top. I mean, compared to some of the other people, yes, he could be. But realistically, just because you keep one secret for your whole life doesn't make you angel.
I don't think the one secret would be what would define him anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that that's like where a lot of his story arc comes from. But like as a man and as how he operates as a father and as a king essentially, there's more to it than just his arc with Jon itself and with Catelyn.
Also, doesn't make no faces now.
Huh? No. Everyone could be a faceless man when you get to the point. It's about you could put a face on anybody and be a faceless man.
There was the one that Littlefinger's a faceless man.
Littlefinger's a faceless man. You heard that too. Oh my God. Huh? Only when he died, he was fake. I heard. Yes. Now I think I did. That Littlefinger, the fake that he didn't really die in the show. That was fake. That was a faceless man who took his place. The girl. That was a girl with his face. I don't know about that. I can't go with that one. You know, that would be like that whole. You know, I don't think that someone's going to sacrifice their life for Littlefinger, and he's going to be able to pull that off. I don't think it would be anything like that or anything.
Littlefinger
like
did a hell of a lot, to be fair.
They were supposedly supposed to, but that in the show that lady was just a little. She wasn't even a lead actress. And she got that other actress killed, right? She got a whack. How much money was she doing right there?
They charge a lot more if they're going to lose a faceless man.
You would think so, right, if they were going to do that. But, I mean, when you're dealing with the faceless man in the show, it's a little weird than when you read in the books. Because you've seen Jack and Highgarden, when they killed Jack and Highgarden, he had Arya's face on, and she's looking right down on him. So how did she have his face at that particular time, you know? So it's a little wonky in the show with the faceless man and the whole thing like that, I would think. Yes.
See the one where Rhaegar Targaryen was actually Joffrey?
Rhaegar's jacking too.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Holy shit. Jacking's everybody. Jacking is everybody.
Well, to be fair, if he's a faceless man, he technically is everybody.
He is. I guess so. I mean,
yeah, he's had a lot of faces.
how
on
many
him.
how many faces are in this bag? I don't understand of the faceless man stuff. That's why I said, when Arya came home, and, when she had a big bag of faces on the side of the bed, why would you carry something? I don't know. If I was Gendry, I couldn't sleep with a chick with a bag of faces on the bed, I would be like, there's something wrong here. I got to get away from that.
Listen, it's a girl always needs a good change of clothes.
Change of clothes and change of
Things get hot
faces.
and
It's
dirty,
crazy.
and it's hard work being a faceless girl. You
would
need to
think
have a
so.
new face for like every couple of hours, so people don't think you're getting stale, and you're on your game, and
Yeah,
keep it interesting.
I would think so. No. You never did. Yes, sir. The wolf hand.
Interesting one about the faceless men. All of the faceless men are females.
Really?
I said it was bad, but it's
I'm just saying, how is that the whole theory, or you have something to back that up a little bit?
what's the ironic of George R. R. Martin to do that though? To say that they're the faceless men, but females.
With the wolf
Valar Morghulis. Can I just ask you, are you dressed as Winter in a onesie?
Yes, I have.
Here's a
Yeah.
onesie. What do you mean, like a baby onesie?
Yeah, you're like an
between the
actual
legs?
onesie. He's basically...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was this. There's a difference.
Winter has came in a onesie. Winter has came in a onesie.
I hope he doesn't go in a onesie. That'd be a different type of winter.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I mean, there are crazy theories out there, and get some good ones, some bad ones. But it's always fun just to dissect your own theories and stuff. My channel. If anyone's a fan of my channel, my famous theory was that Stannis wrote the pink letter and stuff. That is my
Infamous.
theory. And I think that is true. I know there's other people out there. Everyone know about the pink letter? Everyone knows this pink letter? Yes, you know about it. Or you got something to say about it?
No,
Oh, you know. Yeah, so I know a lot of people think Mance Rayder wrote the pink letter. There's a lot of people that say Mance Rayder. I think Preston Jacobs, another YouTuber, really made that popular. And he almost convinced me with his video. When I was like, man, I got it wrong. But I had to go back and look. I was like, no, he got it wrong and stuff, and everything else. But, they, I think that's a good theory that hasn't been told, figured out yet. And even though they had in the show, they had a version of it that Ramsey wrote it, right? They had Ramsey in the show. And it's supposed to be from Ramsey, but it's impossible from the way that it's written that Ramsey could have wrote that letter. I just can't see it. And when I debunk Preston's thing with the Mance Rayder situation, now he's saying that Mance Rayder escaped somehow when he went down there and instead of being captured by Ramsey and got this letter off. But I just can't see Mance knowing where to find a raven in all of Winterfell when people are being killed. I don't know how he knows the names of the people that are in the letter, that for him to say all that, to put it in there. So I just really can't see Ramsey. When I look at everything that's in that letter, everything that's in there, the only person that knows everything in there is Stannis Baratheon. He would have a chance to say that. I couldn't see anybody else saying that whatsoever, So when I look at the whole Mance Rayder wrote the pink letter or stuff like that, I can't buy that. What about, did you hear the theory that, what is it? Mance Rayder is Rhaegar? You heard that?
In the hot pan, he's Sir Arthur Dayne.
Who?
Yeah.
Hot pie?
The guy with the half hand. Who was,
Corn Halfhand is who?
Yes, he's Sir Arthur Dayne.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He is, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's Oswald what? So the theory, I'm trying to think of how it goes. How do you know how it goes?
So basically, the basic gist of it is that everybody that was at the Tower of Joy is now beyond the wall, living secret lives undercover as other people, and they are just as backup for when everything kicks off to protect Jon, and I think that's generally the gist of it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So who did Howland Reed kill at the Tower of Joy, if that was the case, if that was a more faceless man? Yeah.
in the books, it's not necessarily, it said that, it's really confusing. So it's believed that, it doesn't necessarily directly say that Sir Arthur Dayne was killed in the Tower of Joy.
Mm-hmm.
It's implied that he might have gotten away, or Ned might have spared him.
Well, isn't that like Ned's claim to fame that he killed him in one-on-one combat? That's what his whole reputation of fighting is
With
built
the
on,
backup
right?
from Highland Reed.
Huh? Yeah, that's another thing that Ned, right? There's a little something going on with Ned, right? A little something. Ned's not as honest as people want to say he is, right? Because, I don't know. I guess he wanted to be a warrior like his brother was and stuff like that, so no one else was there. Why not, right? I guess so. And I guess, if his boy is willing not to say nothing and just keep that undercover and stuff like that, I would guess that is what it is. You know what I mean? But I don't know about the Rhaegar being Mance Rayder situation. I just don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get it.
It's a decent theory. I mean, if you're bored and you want some time to really delve into it, it does make plausible sense. But I don't think that's what George R. R. Martin had kind of in mind.
Wait, it's plausible that this guy, Rhaegar Targaryen, went down and just pretended to be Mance Rayder, even though they said that they found the baby at the wall that was Mance Rayder. That all these people up there found the baby and they raised them there. So was he transported back into a body or something like that? And the faceless man. That's also what you got to say. I guess basically we could just do that every time.
Or it's mermaids.
And just say faceless man, right? And just put the faceless man thing in there. I think another one that was terrible. You got your hand up? Or you? Yeah. That's cool.
Another one, Varys is actually a black fire, and that's why
Varys being a black fire. Who believes that Varys is a black fire? Can you get a show of hands that Varys is a black fire? Goyaria believes that he's a black fire? Yeah. Now, anyone believe? People who don't believe that he's a black fire, show of hands. So a little split on it. I guess the theory is that he had to use his blood they wanted his blood for something, right? Because they cut off his member and made like a dick kebab out of it or something like that, right?
Root and
And burnt
stem.
it. And, right? And then they burnt it. So why would they just want to burn a regular person's blood, you know?
Criteria for the blood. I mean, is it just any king? So young Griff swoops in, takes the Iron Throne. Is his blood magic?
I guess that's the way it is, right? Whoever sits their ass on that throne, your blood becomes special, right? I guess that's the way it is in real life, too, with these kings and queens. It's people, whoever take it, now your blood is all of a sudden special.
You just have usurped.
No, I think it's plausible. I think that, me personally, that Varys has definitely got a Blackfire Targaryen blood. I think it has to be. I think when you see him, the shaving of the head, I think that could be a clue why he doesn't have hair there. And I think it's more to do with Illyrio's wife. I think that when you hear that Meleys the Monstrous was the last male line, I think there's a reason why they're focusing on being the male line, and they say specifically he's the last male line Blackfire. I mean, there was a female line, and I think that it's quite possible that line, that lady who was married Illyrio Pattis, is the female line for the Blackfires.
I seen a video from Robert from In Deep Geek, and he was saying that I may be wrong about this, that Illyrio has a connection to the Sea Lord of Bravos, and that's how he got the dragon eggs, and that perhaps that Dany is actually a daughter or relation to Illyrio, and she's not a straight-up Targaryen.
That Dany is a relation to who?
To Illyrio.
To Illyrio. I don't know how that works. Anyone believe that Dany is a relationship to Illyrio? I just don't see it myself because she was born in the storm. Who would that lady give birth to in the storm then if it wasn't Dany? All right?
Baby swaps happen all the time.
You think of the baby swap at sea?
Yeah.
A faceless baby.
Would Viserys have lied to her if she really
Yes.
or
Yes, he would.
like every day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see maybe. Anyone believe that? What was the theory again? How it goes?
I think you can say any theory's crackpot, and when you keep going to the rabbit hole, all you can do is finish it with faceless men.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I think that's a good way to finish it, right? I mean, you can't disprove it when you say faceless man. Yeah, you got something?
So in Forest and Blackfire wise, King got centered and talked to Essos through the Tyrion side of the books. He was like, this is a Targaryen. Like, this dude's eyes are definitely purple and just as dyes here black. That Varys, being a Targaryen, is kind of that representative power of all the people. The Targaryens never went around without themselves, but he was raised on the streets and has like the run from the blood of everything. Blackfire's already been subverted, and then if he was a Blackfire, his blood being of power and of the true people would get what they needed. And as he developed himself, he was kind of the representative of everybody who wasn't people. Like, he was actually a better choice for him. You're shit. Like, and so like Varys himself is like really just trying to speak for the people and who's going to actually benefit everyone. And so like him as a Targaryen, that is his strong power being Blackfire.
I feel you on that. Go ahead.
Can I ask who hands up who prefers the Targaryens
Blackfires.
over the Blackfires? Okay, so that's true. Anybody that really likes the Blackfires? Any
No,
Blackfire lovers?
No black. Gray area loves the Blackfires.
Yeah, all the Targaryens.
They are the rightful kings, the Blackfires. If you really look at it, I mean, you'd have to say that they should have been on the throne more than anyone else. Because once you legitimize the bastards, it goes to the oldest dude. The oldest dude was a Blackfire, right? So he should have got it, and they usurped him. So basically, they are really the kings.
Robert Baratheon had a claim, and so did the Blackfires. True.
Yeah. Well, Robert's claim was just he won it, right?
Well, he had bloodline.
Well, all Baratheons are Targaryens, right? Because they have the same father. So, he just didn't have the same mother, so he didn't get the name Targaryen, but he had the same father. So Baratheons are basically, even when you without dealing with his grandmother and all that, point blank, Baratheons are Targaryen bastards. And that's what it is. His father is Aegon's father. They had different mothers. So No, I think I think that's more a blood raven situation that he calls them pretenders because he knows that they're actually the true kings, and that was all. He didn't want to deal with it and stuff.
I have another small theory.
You do?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Right. So recently, upon reading a Fire and Blood, I discovered something about one of my favourite characters, and that's Davos. So George has a habit of repeating names for different characters and lineages and stuff, and the name Davos only comes up twice, right? So and nowhere else in the A Song of Ice and Fire where you find another character named Davos. And the only other Davos I could find was a bastard Baratheon. So my theory is that our Davos is actually of the Baratheon line and has some sort of claim to the throne, or he's like a bastard brother to Stannis, Renly, and what's the other one? Robert. There we go. Had a main blank for a minute.
The main one.
So, anyone else?
Yeah, we have one over here.
You like that?
They didn't do anything to Night King. He was whack.
They did hee-haw.
He was whack. That was disgusting the way they did him. The man didn't even unsheathe his sword. Right? He didn't even get it off his back. And they got all the pictures of the Night King and everything else on the E Entertainment Weekly cover with the big sword on and everything else. And then you got the guy, you changed the Night King to the guy who did all the stunts for Sir Arthur Dayne. So the guy was dual-wielding, he had dual-wielding swords ability. Yet you don't even let him do that. That's like hiring Ron Jeremy for a movie and not letting him pull it out, right? I mean, you hire Ron Jeremy for a reason. It ain't for his jokes, right? If he's going to be in there. You're going to bring a guy in there that can dual-wield swords, and all of a sudden you're not going to let this guy pull his sword out whatsoever. That's a little nutty with dealing with that. But when it comes to the Night King himself, I think that the Night King is a Targaryen. I think he has Targaryen blood. You think he's a Stark? Well, Well, we wouldn't say exactly. Let's say Valyrian, right? Let's put it like that. I would think you had to have some Valyrian blood. I mean, if the guy is if he's on a dragon back, no, you want to say he's controlling the dragon or whatever. But usually, the only people that be on dragons are Valyrians. That's the only ones that we've seen driving them. The sigil of the Targaryens, of his sigil, they all look like Targaryen swirls. When you seen Dany get captured by the Dothraki.
Mm-hmm. All the same imagery. Like there's all this setup for there to be a connection, and then never mind.
I think the Night King is no one.
He's thinking he's a faceless man. The Night King's a faceless man too. God, you got your own hand up over there, Shorty?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if he's both Stark? What if he's the original Ice and Fire?
No. They're saying that what if he is the original Ice and Fire, that he is a Stark or someone from the North and a Targaryen? Well, you have people like that, right? There's two people that we know of that's that. We had Bloodraven, right? He had both blood, and then we have Jon Snow, right? So those are the two people. So you would think it would be something like that. Old Nan usually isn't wrong. She's and she's saying that she thought that it was a Stark from Winterfell. So you deal with two different Night Kings when you deal with the Night King in the book and Night King in the show. When you're dealing with the 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, that's a different guy than we've seen on the show. So it's all about, this is show just fucked up. It was one or the other, you know what I mean? But it's two different things there. Were you in the back? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, she's supposedly the full blood sister of Rhaegar, right? I mean that's what it is, right? So you would have to say that Rhaegar is a half brother too, right? So you would. Oh. No problem. Yes, sir.
I don't know how relevant this one is because I mean it's not that big of a deal, but there is this theory that Joffrey wasn't supposed to die during his wedding. It was supposed to be Tyrion, and it wasn't the wine that poisoned him; it was the pie.
Good.
Because the strangler, if you take the strangler, it immediately it immediately feels like you're being strangled. It doesn't take a little bit of time. We've seen that in other examples. But when Joffrey originally drinks the wine, and this is book, just entirely books, when he drinks the wine, he continues to speak. It's not until he takes a piece of Tyrion's pie, which Tyrion does not touch at all, he takes a bite of it, then he immediately starts being strangled.
Or both are poisoned and it just took a little while for it to kick in because they had a certain immunity, or it was really bad dose.
Possibly, yeah, but that could be possible. But the theory is backed by the fact that Littlefinger wants Tyrion dead because there's no point in Littlefinger killing Joffrey, but if he wants Sansa, he would obviously kill the husband of Sansa.
There is a reason for him to want to kill Joffrey because he wants Sansa. If you're following the book lines, because in there his intention was to try to line her up to assume power through her heritage that also extends between the Starks and the Mountain Theory. So he would need to get there would be evidence that he'd want both of them out of the way.
So specifically, what would Joffrey be doing to be preventing that? That's what I'm trying to.
Joffrey's a dick. Just serves that.
Cersei as well, if that was the case.
They try. I think they would try. Yeah, I think Joffrey's pretty bad. I think he was pretty bad. I don't. Yeah. Go ahead.
What if Shay baked the pie? She was working on kitchens at the time.
Shay, I think she had a lot of skills, but they weren't in the kitchen. So I don't know if she has that skill to make that poison. So I guess, that would take away the whole Olenna Tyrell situation and everything. Because we know that, Joffrey was making fun of Tyrion. It was Littlefinger who's the one who hired the dwarfs, right, for the wedding to get Joffrey, to make Tyrion mad, to get Joffrey to last. I think that was all a plan to blame Tyrion, right, to make Tyrion mad, to make him seem like he would be upset and he would be the reason why he would kill Joffrey. I think that's why they had all that in there. So I would have to say that it's what it is. Joffrey is the one who was supposed to die at that particular time. Because he would have had to get the help of Olenna Tyrell to do it, and what would be the reason why Olenna Tyrell would help? I don't think that she would help, to kill anyone else but Tyrion. I don't think she had anything against Tyrion, but she had a reason and plausible to get rid of Joffrey to join along their forces. So that's
she
why
wasn't
I would
about
think
to let that beast marry her granddaughter.
Huh?
She wasn't about to let that beast marry her granddaughter.
No, she wasn't going to have that. I love that old lady, especially in the show. And especially in the show.
Queen of Shade.
Yeah, yes. No, she's not a faceless man. She told Jamie. Oh, wait, at the end of the show, does anyone know that she off Joffrey?
No, Sansa knows.
The Sansa? I love the way she went out, though. She went out like a boss. She was like, yep. Whoop, I did it. Whoop, I'm out. Peace, what are you going to do?
I want you to know.
She just jumped right at it. That was the best way to go out. You're going to do it. Look, yeah, I killed you. Oh, okay, bye.
Tell Cersei it was me. Peace.
What is these points I'm hearing back there, Gray? I heard you. What'd you say? About my what?
We were discussing
If Jamie told Tyrion about it.
that Olenna killed. Did Jamie ever tell Tyrion?
Probably, I think so.
Yeah, so speaking about theories, Brand? Brand knows everything, that bastard. Peeping ass Tom Brand. He just drop a dime on your ass quick. So he doesn't drop dime on people. He ruined the whole thing. He got Daenerys killed. It's all his fault. He's the one who did it. He didn't have to open his big mouth. He was convenient for him to take the Iron Throne. That was his whole plan from the beginning, I think. Damn peeping ass Tom.
He just sat back and went cruising in the Ravens. That's all he did for the whole thing.
Exactly, the whole thing.
Bird strike.
Want to say that again? I didn't hear you, Shorty. Say that again.
Does anyone have any theories about what Bran was actually doing during the long night? He just walked into clothes and then nothing happened.
Who, Bran? He did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. The theory is, what did Bran do during the long night? Nothing. That's the theory. That's what happened. He just sat there by a tree. Theon, you're a good man.
You're about to die.
Okay, I am. All right. You're going to die, and that's it. He did nothing. And then it was, I don't know, I could rant on this all day. But what was the whole thing when he was told is, don't look away from, was that why Jon Snow told, don't look away when the guy was getting decapitated, because you had to look the Night King in the face? I like the Bran Stark is the Night King theory. I would have rather seen that. I think that's a better theory. Go ahead. Did nothing. The Night King did shit.
So we watched literally Bran develop himself as a world power against everyone else to really become man who is in charge of everything. With all the knowledge and power he already had, he already knew that Theon was going to die because that was his last death. Like, he was already aware that everything was going to get taken over, and we were just going to solidly watch him walk up. And he already knew Arya was going to beat him because he needed to be beat, so he became king. He knew the path for himself. We just watched the development. You're basically saying
Yeah. He's the worst king you could possibly have is Bran Stark. Because he knows everything. Yeah.
He's also the worst king because King's Landing is not disabled friendly.
Oh.
No,
Yeah, it's not.
No disabled access.
Yeah, how does he get around with all them steps in that wheelchair? Right. All right, we gotta reel it in a little bit. You right here.
One at a time.
All right, yes.
Okay, a couple of things. First of all, Melisandre actually, when she sees Bran, she has a vision and a lot of visions, but in one, Bran is actually a servant of the Great Other, the god of
Mm-hmm.
So, not to go back to the Faceless Man, I'm sorry. So, I think it was in A Feast for Crows, the kindly man basically tells Arya that it was the Faceless Man who was responsible for the doom of Valyria. They brought it about to bring peace to the slaves of Valyria. And in the place where the Faceless Man has operations, they have a temple to the many-faced gods, including the Great Other and her lore, the many-faced god of death. And there's a lot more in the books than the show about the Faceless Men. They just acquired
So,
No.
so basically,
No, not at all.
so basically,
That's good.
so basically, you're talking eugenics here, then.
Well, it is because I think that the kindly man, when Arya meets him, right, he has a worm coming out of his eye, and she reaches up and grabs the worm. And if you look at Bloodraven, I think he has the exact same worm coming out of his eye when Bran gets there too. So I think that when you Melisandre, people say that she doesn't know what she's talking about. I just think that she just doesn't understand it. You know what I mean? And I think that he is the servant of the great other Bran. I think that that's what she's seeing, and that's what it is. And I think that Bloodraven could have been the great other. And I think that Bloodraven was just trying to like do some body swap situation. You know what I mean? Get him, because when you deal with, why would Bloodraven, who had all of the power, more power than Bran, right? He knew how to control everything. He knew how to do everything. Why is he going to pass his power to Bran when he could have just did exactly what Bran did? Shit, right? Because Bran did nothing, right? So why wouldn't he just do that? The only thing that Bran had over him, that Bran was mobile, because in the books, Bloodraven's stuck in that tree. They didn't really portray that well in the show, but he's stuck there, you know what I mean? So
Mobile and just relevant enough. Because he's a Stark, because he has lineage in that time period, he has the motivation, or not the motivation, but the upward social movement to be able to get into the places that he got. Where Bloodraven is completely forgotten in time and stuck in a tree.
no doubt about it. I agree.
He could theoretically, technically, pick any highborn that's just about to die, and he's foreseen it and just boom.
Do you think that
transfer himself
Euron? You think Euron was first? Do you think Euron? I know that theory. Euron was like the first Bran. Like he tried to get Euron, and that was.
But Euron was too crazy.
Huh? That, you have to be a skin. You have to be a skin changer. You're saying in order, like not just a warg, but a full skin changer that can warg into anything, right? Because warg is just warging into a wolf, right? So skin changers can roll into more. Yeah, so Arya's a skin changer. He does that. She's not just a warg.
And she does that at some great distance.
Yeah,
as well.
Arya's do it. Huh? Yeah, they claim he's the last Green Seer, right? So he had more than just warging ability. He could also see visions and everything else. Yeah.
One question I had about Bran related to the TV show, because obviously there's more to go off with the books that we don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
More to come eventually. But as for the show, do they really explain the detail why if Bran dies, the world's going to end? Like, what's the connection? Like, if Bran just dies, then what, is the world just going to blow up? Like, I don't.
Yeah, no, they didn't say, "Oh, I hold all the memories of the world." Well, write a book, right? Write a book, and then what are you going to do after that? Exactly. Good. Yes.
So do you think that it was Bloodraven that contacted Euron, or could there be another thing just like it that lives in the black trees and have the blue leaves? Shade of the Evening causes the exact same effect that the tree pudding did.
Yeah, it does. It does. I guess 'cause when Euron does use that, Euron uses that and the glass candle, right, to get inside of his brother's head during the Forsaken chapter. So it's like he uses the thing to make him knock him out, like, and then the glass candle. Like, it has to have a glass candle in order to do it. They don't show him, but he would have to have it to get inside the dream, and that's when you see him on the Iron Throne, which the figure that's Cersei behind him that they show, the tall, pale person laughing all on, which is Cersei Lannister right next to him. Dealing with that, you have the other theory about who's going to kill Cersei. I mean, I don't think Cersei's going to die the way she died in the show. That was a little bit poetic. It looked pretty, like the way they showed him in the picture and laying down there and stuff
terrible.
like that. That's not a terrible death.
Was,
she deserves to get gutted.
Listen,
for all the stuff she did.
Yeah. So
a rock on the head.
No, like, listen.
Like an anvil on the head, like a road runner. She fell out of something. Like, she ain't Wild E. Coyote. Something else has got to happen.
It was exactly. That's what I was about to say. It's absolutely terrible. You get crushed by rubble, and there's a big giant gap in space over this side. It's got nothing.
Nothing. He walked right there. He just stood there. He said, look at my eyes. We're all that matters.
Let's cuddle.
Let's
one
look at
more
my eyes
time.
and move to the left, brother. Let's talk about this over there, right? Now, you know, me dealing with the show and everything else, I would have liked, it didn't happen, but I would have liked the Night King to walk the mountain. You know, I would have thought he would have been able to walk the mountain because the mountain is really undead, right? He's walking around and stuff. So I think he should have been able to walk the mountain. Because I just think that all of a sudden the mountain just going crazy just because he wants to kill his brother. When was that set up? When did that ever happen? They faced off before. He never, and all of a sudden, now all of a sudden he sees him. He's got a smashed Qyburn head against the wall. I must fight him. I must take him out right then. That was just a little, and they made the mountain more powerful than the Night King. It was.
Walking past, like,
Oh, she went right past him. There's no doubt about it. Quinn, oh, yep, go ahead. He's the grave digger.
He's a grave digger.
I would think he's the grave digger. Is that the theory, that the hound is the grave digger? They did show him digging the grave on the show, right? So I would have to agree that that theory is what that theory is, right? That's a legitimate theory that he's the grave digger. I don't think he could. I know a lot of people think like that. You know, you could say that the hound is dead and he's now Sandor Clegane or like that, and that's what he's digging the grave for. But I would think that that's a plausible theory. All right, we got that.
I had a theory.
Go right ahead.
Back in season 3, before everything got ruined, that the Night King would eventually get past Winterfell and come down to the Neck and would rise up all the undead soldiers from all the previous wars, and then get down to like the Iron Islands and start raising ice krakens. That's what I wanted. I wanted ice krakens. I'd been saying this for years, and then just see when season 8 came round, just terrible. Who else would want to see ice krakens happen?
That's good.
Hell
I
yeah.
think it's good possibility that you see a Kraken in there. I think we see Euron doing all the sacrifices that he's doing, all the blood sacrifices in the water. I think he's doing that for a reason. So I think in the books there's a good possibility that we do get a Kraken. I don't know about Ice One, but I think we'd probably get a Kraken or something attacking Old Town or something like that.
I was also.
How did they get the theory? How did the whites get the chain in the water that's connected to the dragon? And where the hell did that chain come from? You said Ace Hardware? Ace Hardware?
Home Depot.
Because that was a big ass chain. That was a big ass chain. And I thought they weren't allowed to go in the water, you know. So I don't understand that. That was a little crazy to me how they pulled that off and stuff. I did not see that one coming at all. And then why did he throw the ice spear at the dragon that was flying when he had one that was sitting right on the floor right next to him right there? Why? He's just trying to show his arm off or something like that? It was dramatic effect. That's why they did that. It had to be something because he had a still moving target sitting right there, you know, and he just threw it over his head. Looked like Jamar from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
Huh? Let's hear it. Because he was unconnected.
And plus, the dragon's named after Viserys, and Viserys is very vain, very loathsome, and it's not a character that has great attachment. It just wants power.
I like that theory. I think that's a very good theory. Give her a round of applause for that one right there. That was a very good theory. You'll be seeing that on my channel next week. I'll give you credit. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, I love that. That's a really good theory. I think that was great. That was wonderful. Yes. when you fed it enough sheep, right?
Yeah.
And got them good, and you do something like that. Yeah, I really like that theory. That was a great theory. That was really good. What other
Any
theories?
more?
Any more theories? We got like 5 minutes. Go ahead. Go ahead. She could do it. She pick. Go ahead.
I pointed to you first, so.
So I want to know if anybody else has the same theory about Tyrion being a possible Targaryen.
Let's go. All right, put the hands up. Is Tyrion a Targaryen? Put the hands up if you think so. All right. If he's not a Targaryen, put your hands up if you think he's just a Lannister.
Put your hands up in the air.
He does have a purple eye. He has a mismatched eye.
He has
They said he was supposed to have a tail when he was born, right? That's what the theory basically is. That makes you think it's him being a Targaryen. I just think that if that was the case, it would be, rather the case, it would be that Jaime. If people think that Jaime would have killed his father, right? He's supposed to be the Mad King, and then he would have killed Jaime's father, right? If they did do that, they both killed each other's father.
The Mad King had, like not a crush, but had a thing for Tywin's wife. Yeah, he raped her.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
What they said was that he took liberties on their wedding ceremony. Like, they're very vague about what he made.
They're supposed to be vague.
Go ahead, Quinn. No doubt. I agree with you, Quinn. I would just think that that's his true son, and that's the one. The one that he didn't want is the one who really was his son.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And to piggyback on that, when Jaime is at River Run and he runs into his aunt, and they have that talk, and she tells him that Tyrion is that is his father's son, not Jaime. Jaime, the father's son, is Tyrion.
Yeah, I would agree. I would think it would be something like that.
Can I come to the girl over here? She had her hand up with the glasses. Yep, yourself.
That is nice. We probably got one more. Then we're getting up out of here. Yes. Is the gray girl dying on the horse from the?
Oh, okay. Okay. So actually, technically, yes. So considering how the show ended, I'm not saying that's totally relevant to the books, but on a dying horse, being Queen of the North, being from Scotland, and Sansa now being Queen of the North, I saw a lot of Mary Queen of Scots in her, but there's also a lot of Queen Elizabeth as well, and just being subjugated to the south and to England, and then being in the Union, and Scotland always wanting to be independent. It's a dying horse. It was always being a dying horse. We've always been in the grey rather than in our own kind of light and standing alone because we're next to England. It's the same for Westeros, the north and the south. For me, there was a whole lot of that. When I seen Sansa take the north and she's like, I'll never be... The whole, not to get too political, but the whole independence movement type thing for Scotland just really rung true. So no, it is sort of a dying horse because we are in this... We need each other, but we don't need each other at the same time. One needs more than the other, and eventually eventually someone's going to die.
Or she's a faceless man. Let me give shout outs to all the YouTubers in this here right now. We got Quinn from Ideas of Ice and Fire right over there. We got Gray Area from the channel Gray Area. We got Tarzan from Trial by Trivia right there. LMR from Living My Rhapsody right there. And Val from Because Geek along with Sir Hunt's Reviews
Sir
in the
Hunt's.
building right there. I would like to thank Lauren for her first ever live panel. Let's give it up for Lauren. She did a great job. And give it up to all y'all. My man Kevin Cleary's getting me drunk tonight, baby. We getting it popping up in this piece. Peace and stay sexy.
Catchies.